Okay? So make it a priority. Second, start off slow. Start off slow. Okay? You're not building a pyramid in one day. Start off slow, but start. Okay? If you can't run a mile, then run a lap. If you can't run a 5K, okay, run a mile first. It's starting off slow, but you have to start. You got to start. That's the most important step and the most difficult step. Start off slow, but start. Okay, go harder if you can't go longer. Again, there is a dichotomy, and some people think, oh, you know, I can't do anymore. Okay, I can't go farther than, say, 4 miles, okay, or 3.5 miles, which is a 5K. Well, if you physically don't want to go more than 3.5 miles, then go harder. Try to run the first mile a little bit faster, and by doing so, you're going to increase your ability to absorb that level of intensity. Okay, so you can do 3.5 miles in 45 minutes, or speed it up and do 3.5 miles in 40 minutes. You're going to burn more calories, and you're also going to achieve a greater level of work. Okay, so if you can't do more than 4 miles, then do a mile faster. Do 3.5 miles faster. You know what I mean? Go harder if you can't go longer. Okay? If you have time constraints also, you only got 30 minutes and you walk for 30 minutes, but you can now walk, you can go into a jog for 30 minutes, and you can go from jog to a run 30 minutes. Okay? If that's all you have, go harder if you can't go longer. Okay? Another thing is elevate yourself. Another way for you to tax your body, to make it improve, is elevating yourselves, going against gravity, walking against gravity. Stairs care. That's a good thing for you to think about. Stairs. If you go upstairs, flights of stairs, you're going to improve your cardiorespiratory system. Why? Because you are now taking your entire body weight, taking it against gravity. You are not only working your respiratory system, but also your skeletal system in the process. Stairs care. Elevate yourself, okay? These are great secrets for you to improve your overall aerobic activity, okay? And lastly, guess what? If you don't want to do it yourself, make it an event. Make it a family event. Make it a church event. Get others involved. Get others involved. Start a 5K race just for your church or for your friends. Start a running group. Start a walking group. Whatever it is, continue to move, okay? Continue to move. So recap. Secrets of the aerobic activity: 30 minutes every day. 30 minutes every day. Number 2, make it a priority. Surround whatever you need to do around that exercise. Number 3, start slow, but start. Make sure that you start. That's the hardest thing for you to do, is to start an exercise program. Number 4, if you can't go longer than 30 minutes, if you don't have the time, if that's the only time you have, go harder if you can't go longer, okay? Go harder if you can't go longer. Number 5, elevate yourself. Use the stairs. Elevate, increase elevation in your walk. If you're on a treadmill, go up the stairs, run the stairs, go on an incline, walk up a hill. Whatever you find around you that you can take it as a next level, next step to make yourself stronger within your cardiorespiratory system, do so. And lastly, if you can't do it yourself, find other people who are going to do it with you. Okay? Those are great secrets to achieve and improve the aerobic activity. Okay? Going forward now, here we go. Luke 21:34 says, "But watch yourself, let your hearts be weighed down with dissipation and drunkenness and cares of this life, and that day come upon you suddenly like a trap." And the reason why I put that there, those last 4 words, suddenly like a trap. I can't tell you how many people I've met who are marathoners, triathletes, okay, swimmers, crossfitters, that all of a sudden fall into the trap and they die, okay? They exercise all their life and boom, they didn't take care of themselves internally, okay? And they die. Or the person who, I don't need to exercise, you know, I'm in good shape, and all of a sudden they have a heart attack, die, okay? Don't fall in the trap. God made you for a purpose. God's given you the ability to to do work and to praise Him. So if you don't push yourself to be stronger internally, you're not going to be able to do that. Okay? So do that, and make sure you don't fall into the trap of being carefree and being careless. Okay? Because if you're fathers and you have children, you got to think about the end in mind, which we're going to talk about in a second. Think of the end in mind. If you're not going to exercise for yourself, exercise for the ability to share your time with your kids and with your wife and with your loved ones. That's important. Okay, non-aerobic activity. This is different. Non-aerobic activity, you're still going to exercise your heart, your cardiorespiratory system, but the focus here is more so on muscular strength and flexibility. Okay? When you write an exercise program, there are 4 different parts. There is the cardiovascular component, there's a musculoskeletal strength training component, there's a flexibility component, and then there's a rest component. What rest intervals in between each thing? Muscular strength and flexibility are extremely important, okay? Because if we talked about aerobic activity as strengthening the engine, making sure the engine is working, making sure the engine is strong, then the musculoskeletal and flexibility aspect of activity is now strengthening the outside, okay, the chassis. So making sure that the tires are running well, making sure that the axles are running well, making sure that the structure of the car is intact. There's no holes, no broken windows, no leaks in the roof, okay? Those kind of things. That the structure, the engine is protected by the structure. And in order for you to be able to work more, you need to have the strength in the musculoskeletal system to do that. So, again, there's my buddy right there with one of those 12-pound dumbbells over his head. Musculo-strengthening activity, also known as strength training. Hello, working out with weights or working out with some type of resistance, okay? You want to work all your major muscle groups, okay? And that is your legs and hips, to your back and your chest, your shoulders, abdomen and arms. Again, working the structure of your body, okay? The structure of your body, the chassis of the car to protect the engine, okay? And by doing so, in order for you to, when you do this type of activity, you're going to develop stronger muscles, you're going to have more calcium in your bones, it's going to help you control your weight, because when you're exercising with strength training, it's going to increase your metabolism. You're going to be burning more calories at rest, okay? And it's going to help you reduce the risk of injury. If your body isn't strong and then all of a sudden you try to move something or lift something, boom, you're going to get hurt. And so by strengthening your body and increasing the flexibility of your joints, your musculature, you're going to be able to improve upon the amount of work that you can perform. Okay? And again, secrets of non-aerobic activity. It's important to understand that, you have to have a goal in everything that you do, okay? And that's kind of like a simple thing to talk about, but goal setting is important. You want to start, again, with the end in mind, okay? Why are you strength training? Why? Why are you increasing your aerobic activity? One reason could be, hey, I want to live longer, I want to live better. For me, I want to be able to keep my body strong and my heart strong in order for me to spend good quality time with my kids. Okay, I only have my kids for a short period of time before they're adults. I want to be able to go out and play with them, go out and hike with them, go out and do things with them, and not sit on the sidelines and watch. I want to be able to do it with them. Okay, remember, kids, they spell the word love, they spell the word time, L-O-V-E, okay? You spending time with them is love for them. You understand? So keep the end in mind. What is your goal? Okay, if your goal is to be able to be stronger, look better, okay, that's a goal. If your goal is to increase or decrease your weight, increase your muscle, it's a great goal. Improve your joint strength so that you can do things, play better sports, great. You have a back injury, strengthening your core is important. Start with the end in mind. It's first and foremost. Okay? Number 2, strength starts in the center. Okay? Again, The center of your body is where your strength lies. If your core is not strong, it doesn't matter if your biceps are strong or your legs are strong. If your core is not strong, it won't matter, okay? Because that's the center of your body. It all starts with the center. So you want to do certain exercises to strengthen the abdominal area and the lower back muscles, because those are the two that debilitate the average man, okay? They're lifting something, boom, there goes a disc, okay? And what happens is they don't strengthen their back muscles, they strengthen only the front side of their muscles, of their abdominals, and their back goes out. So you need strength in the center. The center is where your strength lies. You start with the center in mind and your goals in mind. Okay, number 3. Equal pain is equal gain. Equal pain is equal gain. We all see people walking around that look great from the waist up, big muscular chest, and twigs for legs. Okay? Equal pain is equal gain. There are many reasons for that. Maybe they were injured. Maybe they had polio. Whatever. But for the most part, people exercise only certain parts of their body they like. They don't exercise the parts of their body they don't like. So equal pain is equal gain. You need muscular balance. Muscular balance is a priority, not for the looks of it, but for the function. That's why muscular balance is important. If you only strengthen your chest muscles, and you have a huge chest, but don't strengthen the rear capsule of your shoulders or your back, what's going to happen is you're going to have a rotated shoulder forward like this, okay? And you're going to have muscular imbalance. That's going to cause injury, okay? So you have to maintain strength. And in this session, we're actually going to go at some point to the gym where we're talking about muscular balance. If you're going to do what's called a horizontal push, okay, which is basically a push-up on the floor, okay, you want to be able to do a horizontal pull, which is a row. So anything that's going away from you, you have to have equal strength coming to you. You understand? So think about that. If you're going to do a vertical press, which is a shoulder press, you want to be able to do a pull up, which is a vertical pull. And those type of things have to be equal within your exercise program. Okay? Equal pain is equal gain. Strengthen your body. You can be low tech or high tech. And what I mean by that is this. We all know when we're in school we did calisthenics. And we did push-ups on the floor. We did hanging chin up. We did crunches. All those low tech ways to strengthen your body, body weight exercises or calisthenics, okay, are equal in the sense of building the strength in your body. Because you can do push-ups, thousands of push-ups, and increase the strength in your chest, shoulders, and core of your body, okay, in your lower back, because that is a core exercise that utilizes your pressing muscles. That is low tech. Or you can go high tech and do a bench press with barbells or with dumbbells or with a machine. Whatever it is, you can go low tech or high tech, okay? There's no perfect way. There's no best way. The only way is the way you do it consistently, okay? And again, we go in the gym, we show you all kinds of different low-tech versus high-tech ways to strengthen different parts of your body, okay? Movement is progress. A lot of times when people talk about strength training, they're saying, okay, there's a script, okay? If you want to tone your body, you want to be able to do 12 or 15 repetitions of a certain exercise. If you want to strengthen your body, you want to do, 8 to 10 repetitions of a certain exercise. If you want to create power in your body, you need to do 3 to 6 repetitions for each exercise. Okay, it's all fine and dandy and all fine and good. But again, you want to start with the end in mind, okay? Movement is progress. What we find as the most beneficial way to increase overall muscular strength, overall muscular endurance, overall cardiorespiratory endurance, and cardiovascular power is if you're able to merge what you're doing structurally with your body in a particular pattern of movement. So keeping your body moving, okay? So if you want to do a set of push-ups, okay, to exhaustion, say your exhaustion level is 30 push-ups, 30. Then you do 30 squats, and say you do 30 sit-ups, and then you do 30 pull-ups, whatever that progression is, okay? Do it continuously without having the rest of, oh, I'm going to do 10 push-ups, then I'm going to rest for 2 minutes. That doesn't help you. You know, it doesn't help you. The gain is much lower doing it that way than if you do it moving from one progressive exercise to the other in a particular pattern. Movement is progress. And this is a secret that will help you to attain a greater level of intensity. Okay? And the last thing, save the best for last, stretch. You can't progress through all kinds of different exercises if you don't have the flexibility in your joints and your musculature. Okay? You can't generate enough force if you don't have the ability to stretch the muscle and then contract the muscle. So you need to stretch. You need to stretch your lower back, you need to stretch your hamstrings, stretch your quads, stretch your chest, your shoulders. You have to stretch your body. Okay? Every stretch must be held for 30 seconds at length and should be done at the end of your workout, because that's when you're most pliable, when your body is heated up and you're able to stretch a longer time. Okay? You can stretch in the beginning. People say, hey, stretch before you run. Great, no problem. But you need to stretch a little bit longer after you run, because that way you're not so tight and you don't have as much lactic acid buildup in your body. Okay? 1 Timothy 4:8 says, for while bodily training is of some value, godliness is of value in every way. It holds promise for the present life and also for the life to come. Again, you know, you want to strengthen your aerobic self, your aerobic activity needs to strengthen your heart, strengthen your limbs, strengthen your musculature. But if you strengthen your faith in Christ, everything comes together. That's very, very, very important. And that's why we're here, a small group. You know, that's what we're doing. Secrets. Again, as a recap, again, start with the end in mind. What are your goals? Strength starts in the center. Always strengthen your core first. Equal pain is equal gain. Muscular balance is very important in the way you pattern your exercise movements. You can strengthen using low tech or high tech. Whatever way you see fit for you to strengthen your body, you know, it doesn't matter as long as you get it done. Okay? You can strengthen. There are 50 ways to do an exercise just for your chest. You know what I mean? And whether it's low tech or high tech, you can get it done. There's no excuse. You can find your way around any excuse for that. Movement is progress. Movement is progress. Go through a particular movement. Go through exercises in a particular pattern or tempo. And that way you can engage those muscles and make them fire at a higher rate. You can do more work at that time, burn more calories, and you can strengthen and merge the benefits of your cardiorespiratory and muscular function. Lastly, save the best for last. You need to stretch. Stretch your musculature. Okay? So now we're in mental activity. We talked about the body, why it's important to improve the body. Now think about your mental activity. Mental activity is also very important. Much like we talked about the two giants that lie within you. The two giants that we talked about, one that was a strong man and one was a smart man. Mental activity is very important. Planned, positive mental activity allows one to embrace and enjoy opportunities to learn. We should try to learn something new continuously throughout our life. Okay? You are given that ability by God. You're created by God. You only use 3% of your brain. 3% of the capacity of your brain function you use. The other 97% is left idle. Okay? If you continuously try to learn, try to do new things, you're going to be able to access more of your brain's ability and brain's function. Albert Einstein utilized 10% of his brain. 10%. And he was a genius. And he created everything within respect of the capacity for us to work as a civilization, the light, you know, learning about physics, learning about the calculations for work. It's amazing all the things that Einstein was able to accomplish using 10% We're only using 3% of our brain. Are you kidding me? We have the ability to do more. So you need to embrace those opportunities to learn. There's brain on drugs. Brain with muscles. If you regularly challenge yourself with mental exercises and new activities, it's going to keep your mind running on all cylinders, okay? It's very, very important. You know, story like I had a client who I was talking to, and they were upset that their mom didn't want to learn English, and they were 50 years old. And so the mother, she's been in this country for 5 years, she didn't want to learn English. So the son, was my client, said, well, you know, why do you want to learn English? It's like, oh, it's too late for me. Too late for me. And the son was like, well, you're 50. How long do you think you're going to live? You're going to live for 30 more years? Oh, yeah, sure, no problem, 30 more years. How about 40 more years? Well, it's in God's plan, maybe 40 years, 40 more years. Well, you have 40 years to learn English. You know, start today. You know, step out of the boat, start today. You know, it's important that you always challenge yourself to try to learn new things, because by doing so, it's going to keep your mind firing, okay? Memory is key. Memory is key. And we all know, and we all have friends, acquaintances that have loved ones who suffer from Alzheimer's, and is such a sad, such a horrific experience to see Alzheimer's in a beautiful person. Because Alzheimer's, the body is in good shape, the mind is completely out of touch, and they can't remember, they can't recall, you know, who a person is. I remember the movie The Notebook, seeing that movie, and you know, if you've never seen it, I urge you to see The Notebook. It's a beautiful love story. See it with your wife. Bring her flowers. Take her, you know, see it on television. The Notebook is such an amazing story, because it was a love story, and basically in a nutshell, the wife got Alzheimer's and was put into an institution. Her husband loved her so much that he would make her fall in love with him every day. He would go through the process of meeting her, talking to her, re-establishing a connection, going over different things, making her dinner, having dinner with her, talking to her the whole day, and in the hopes that she would remember him for 10 seconds, for just 10 seconds. Her mind would come back, she would remember him, and all of a sudden it would fall apart and he'd start her the next day. And it's just a beautiful love story. But memory is key. Trying to keep your mind sharp, keep your mind focused is very, very important. Okay? You need to step out of the boat. You know, you need to step out of the boat and not be afraid. For me, as you guys know, I'm part of Rock the Heavens, our Christian rock band that we have at New Community Church. My two sons are the band. James 10, he plays the drums. He's the percussion. He's all the percussion. He plays drums. He plays the cajon. He plays all kinds of different things. He is 10 years old. He knows how to play the piano and he plays drums. And my other son, Justin Vital, he's 13. We call him the composer. He's so talented. He learns music by ear and then transposes it onto sheet music. They are Rock the Heavens, and you know, I go with them as a music ministry, and we do certain things. I told them last year, I was like, you know what, I want to do something for myself, and by next year I want to be able to play the piano in church. And that was last year in Thanksgiving, November 24th, 2014. I told them that, and I practiced trying to learn the piano and the chords and stuff every day from November 24th throughout this year. And just 2 weeks ago, I was able to play with my other guys in the band. We played an acoustic set, and I played the piano, and some other people sang. And it was one of the most enjoyable experiences for me because I was just enjoying the music. I learned the music, I played it, and it was a great experience. And I stepped out of the boat, you know, stepped out of the boat to learn. Now again, I'm not, it's my, you know, I've been playing for like 10, 11 months, but taking that step and saying, you know what, humbling myself, say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna learn this thing new. It's gonna sound terrible at first, but I'm gonna figure it out. I'm just gonna practice and practice. And I practice every night. I get home from work, practice every night. And you need to step out of the boat, whether you wanna learn to play piano or language, whatever it is, you know, because it's going to help you. Your mental activity is going to help support that and improve that. Okay? Romans 12:2, it says, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, and by testing you may discern what is the will of God and what is good and acceptable and perfect. I think sometimes in this world we get beat up to the fact that we can only do what we can. And what I submit to you is that you can do whatever it is you set your mind to, because Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I think that everyone has the ability to sing a beautiful song. Everyone has the ability to build a structure. Everyone has the ability to paint a beautiful picture. Everyone has the ability to learn a different language. It's up to you to accept that you can do that and step out of the boat. You know what I mean? Don't be conformed to what the world says you cannot do, but accept the fact that God will allow you to do whatever it is you can do if you trust in Him. So, secrets of mental activity. This is pretty cool. These are ways for you to increase your mental activity. Test your recall. Make a list, memorize it, recall it. I mean, how many times have you gone to the grocery store for whatever, and you're like, oh, I got this, I needed eggs, this, that, whatever, 5 things, and you get there, and like, okay, I got the eggs, what was the rest of that? There was 4 more things, and you got to call, I mean, really, I mean, as simple as that, 5 things you forget, seriously? So, a way to help you to maintain that memory, that sharp focus, test your recall, make a list, memorize it, and then try to recall it later on, an hour from now, 2 hours from now, the next day. Test yourself, okay? Let the music play. Learn to play a musical instrument or join a choir. Because learning the music, learning the lyrics will test the capability of your mind, okay? And will open up, even if you're not musically inclined. You know what I mean? Step out of the boat. Try it. You know? You have the most important instrument that was created by God. It's called your voice. Everyone has it. Use it. Step out of the boat. You know? Do math in your head. A lot of times you get your iPhone, calculate stuff. Do math in your head. Make that a mental activity for yourself. You know? A lot of times you're helping your kids with their homework and stuff. Do math in your head. You know? Exercise your brain as well as your body. You know? Nothing. Take a cooking class. It's pretty funny. Learn to cook a new cuisine. You know, burn rice, burn some eggs, do whatever. But, you know, we can all barbecue. It's not a problem. Maybe learn a different way to barbecue. You know, learn to barbecue scallops instead of fish, or fish instead of pork, or pork instead of meat, whatever. You know, take a cooking class, learn different ways to do certain things. Learn a foreign language, like we spoke about with the woman who had 30 to 40 years, she hoped. You know, it's never too late. It's never too late to learn new things. Never too late. But you have to accept the fact that you can do it. You know, step out of the boat. Create word pictures. This is pretty interesting. Visualize spelling of word in your head. Visualize. Say, spell the word truth. And it's in your head, truth. Now take 2 letters and try to make different words with those 2 letters. And then go back to the word truth. And create those mental pictures in your head. Create those word pictures, word puzzles. You know? Because in order for your mind to continually get stronger, you have to practice these type of mental activity games. It's important to do so. You know, because again, like I said, movement is progress, and that also is important within mental activity. Going forward, secrets of mental activity: challenge your taste buds. You know, a lot of us like to eat. Try to figure out what we are tasting. What is the ingredients in the food? Individual ingredients. Was that basil? Was that oregano? Was that cumin, or whatever? Okay, crushed red pepper. What is the ingredients that you're tasting?